Hello, and welcome to the second episode of HAWAY the Model, where we are building Sunderland based off of how they're trying to do things in real life. As you can see, we had those two losses early in the season. We changed our formation to what RDF built for Tottenham this year, and we had a run of games where we were on a very nice winning streak. And so we're going to pick things up here as we take on Watford at home. If you remember back from episode 1, um, we did do well after changing the formation. However, we hit a roadblock, and this is going to be the first game of the roadblock, and it, it's very weird to watch happen. I've played Football Manager for 25 years now, and it's always weird how your tactic just hits a roadblock in a certain part of the season. And so, as you can see here in the first 5 minutes of the game, we're off and running. We got Huggins getting the ball back on the wing, crossing it, or actually playing it into Jack Clark, and he puts the ball in the back of the net. Then we've got it a couple of minutes later, free kick or corner kick, excuse me. Clark crosses it in. Wilhelmsen scores. However, they called it offsides. And if you remember, I may have talked about it in episode 1. Oscar basically sets the record for the number of offsides throughout the season. I think he finished 39 or something like that. It was an insane amount of offsides. Even tried to do the training that some of the people on Twitter recommended, and just didn't work. He just continued to get left offsides, and so it's 1-0 here. Auchich plays the ball in and actually gets it played back from Daniel Ballard, who's up for that free kick, and then Adil Auchich puts it in the back of the net. And first half, we're up 2-0. Give you a look at the replay here. I do have a set piece coach at this point in the season, so that one was I delegated everything to him, and so he set that up nicely to play it to the top of the box. And so we got a 2-0 lead as we enter extra time, but unfortunately Watford very easily, very easily scores off of a free kick here. I believe we're going to get a run back of it. He just plays it into the center, over the top, and puts it into the back of the net. Very easy. And this is kind of where I should have made adjustments. However, I just told the guys, keep doing what you're doing. We're up a goal at halftime, and so it's going well. And you can kind of see how the formation plays out here with that 4-3-3 playing out from the back and trying to get the ball out to our wingers. Nice ball there by Neil. Unfortunately, Cheech can't hold on to it, and they're going to get it back. Still holding the 2-1 lead. Huggins nice in the air there. Clark going to go for a run. A lot of stuff in this formation is based out getting the ball to the wings, running it as far or close to the byline as you can. Look at this play. Beautiful around the box. Fortunately, Patrick Roberts can't put it in the back of the net. Nice save there by the goalie, but we are keeping the pressure on. You look down here in the bottom left, we've got a positive mentality, so we're still going for it even though we're up 2-1. And a little foreshadowing to Season 2, I learned my lesson of not adjusting the tactics. You'd think for playing this game for this long, I would have learned to do that from the get-go. However, I got a little overly confident in this formation, especially when we went on that winning streak. I mean, I wasn't having the substitution goal. Both those losses, I had 2-3 substitutions at a time, and the other team would come and score. So we were trying to avoid that. Watford almost with a very nice long range effort puts it right over the bar, and here we go, making my substitutions. As I say that I'm not trying to do that. We put 5 in at once, and it hasn't even happened yet. They almost get a goal, and then here come those substitutions. You tell yourself you're going to do something, and then you do something completely different. Haven't learned my lesson yet. So what I did was I waited a little bit later into the half to make those substitutions compared to what I was doing very early in the second half with multiple substitutions. So we thought we were adjusting to it, but making a mass amount of substitutions like this, not good, because this is what happens. Watford is able to put the pressure on, and I think that's 2 or 3 shots in a row they've had there in about 10-minute span. And now they are going to get the ball with a corner as we enter extra time. Nobody marking the guy at the top of the box, and he puts it wide. Actually, Patterson gets the save, and so they get another corner from the opposite side. We still have not made the adjustment to put anybody at the top of the box. They're going to put a cross in, and the guy at the top of the box is wide open, and there's just nothing to say to that. I mean, I don't know how to. The only thing we can do is go in and be the set piece coach, but we're spending money on a pretty good one. So, gonna have to figure that out. How do we get a guy to cover this guy at the top of the box? Nice shot as well, right off the post. And so we end 2-2 against Watford. You know, we're still on that. We haven't lost in over a month. We're into October, I believe. And so I think this is where we started picking up injuries, actually. If you see right here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players out with red injuries, which, if you're not familiar with Football Manager, red, obviously, they're out for a little bit. If it was an orange, they were either coming back from the injury or it was like a 1 or 2 day injury. Like sometimes when the player gets a cold, it'll turn orange. But this is what we are going with as we enter the rivalry match against Middlesbrough. And if you can see here, we are 3rd in the table and they are 4th. Massive, massive game. So trying to figure out what to tell them as we went in. And then, of course, we have the ever important pregame broadcast interview, which is the only ones I like doing. They actually have, I mean, the other ones do impact it a little bit, but that one, I've learned over my time of playing this game that the pre-match interview goes a long way into how your team is actually going to perform out there. So we get the ball kicked off. Again, we're sitting in that 4-3-3. But Jack Clark is on not starting. We've got Mundle in his place. We had to make a couple of changes to this game. We got Callum Styles out on the left as well. Nice early cross in. Unfortunately, Oscar unable to get on the end of it. Again, ball down the wings. That's what this formation calls for, and puts it into row Z. Advancing a little, 5 minutes in. This is their first highlight. They're going to work the ball around. We're supposed to be pressing, and we do. Job does a good job of pressing there. Gets on the ball. Going to go over to Patrick Roberts. He plays a nice little 1-2 with him. Neil keeps it going. See, look, we're continuing. Oscar, unfortunately, on his left foot, doesn't get enough power to put it in the far right corner. But we're taking it to them. We are playing well. And if you can see here in the top right, Oscar actually picks up an injury. And I was going to show throughout this save some of the players that I was buying and like the negotiating and stuff like that. However, to save some time, I decided to take those out. So we have picked up a wonder kid. His name is Aiden Toklamati, I believe is how you say it. I'm probably saying that right. But he is going to come. I eventually put him in, I believe. And so he's not in yet. I'm trying to remember when we actually bring him in, because I think this is his first game, but maybe I'm wrong on that. We recorded this, and we're watching it back after putting the footage to kind of picking the best spots out. And as you can see here, Middlesbrough, they get the ball and they break our press perfectly. They get it up. Our guys are, look how many guys we still have running back trying to get on the defensive side of the ball. We just now get our shape. And a nice shot there, and he just puts it over the bar. But you can kind of see where this formation has a little bit of problem. They were very easily able to get it from their back right all the way up to the top left. And so as we get closer to halftime, it's still 0-0. Hume is asking for a substitution here because the games come quick and fast in the lower leagues. And so this was only a few days after the last game that we just watched. And so 0-0 at halftime. We are taking it to them in the shots. Haven't put anything on target yet. So 4 shots to 1. Possession 53-47. I mean, it's an interesting rivalry game, and so I said we simply have to be better at halftime. Sometimes you want to be positive. Sometimes it's just being straight to them. We haven't been good. We didn't really do anything. We had 4 shots, not a single one on target. And so this is how they start the second half. They're just going to pass the ball around here. Start playing a little bit of possession game. And then Patrick Roberts steps in. Now Cheech. Unfortunately, he loses the ball there. And we are back to waiting for the next highlight. Again, 3rd versus 4th. So both teams want to win. Technically, some people call it a 6-pointer. Here we go. Me not learning my lesson. Making multiple substitutions. Now we bring in our brand new signing. So not even 20 minutes into the half, I just made 3 substitutions. And let's see. Let's see what happens. Middles are making it a little too easy to get the ball out of defense. They're continuing to play the possession game. Mundell tries to get the steal. In real life, I like Romain Mundell. In this game, I don't think they rate him too well. But as you can see, we're just not stepping to the ball. Nobody trying to make a tackle. They're able to get a cross in, and Emmanuel Latileth, I think is how you say it, is able to just easily put it in the back of the net. As you can see here, this defender is just running with him. He's not stepping to the ball trying to make a tackle, which in this tactic he's supposed to. So it's kind of infuriating how often my guys just let them run down the wing, not putting their foot in. And of course, Middlesbrough's first shot on target goes into the back of the net moments after making a substitution. Nice ball back out to the wing. We're going to put it back into the middle where they have more people than us, and our defensive midfielder, or I believe that might have been Callum Styles, just doesn't know what to do with it. Gives them the ball right back. Do a good job of getting the ball back there. However, for some reason, we're playing these balls over the top where we should be playing the ball on the ground. And now they have the ball back, and they can just do this. What they've been doing to us all game. Keeping possession in that middle third. Waiting for us to make a mistake like that. And I believe he was actually called offsides. And so they have jumped us to 3rd. We're now in 4th. Still have yet to put a shot on target. Just waiting here for the next highlight. My assistant coach wants us to bring Jack Clark on. So now we get the ball. We're able to work it in. Get it outside to our winger. He plays it into Cheech. Cheech gets a little stuck, not knowing what to do, so he takes a shot at goal. And now we're demanding more. We're yelling at the boys. Got to do something to get back in this game. We're in extra time. Still have yet to put a shot on target this game. Got about 10 seconds left, and we decide to play it all the way back to our goalie. Doesn't make any sense. Ball should be going forward here. Mundell unfortunately, runs out of time because we wasted all the time we had with the back pass. There was no real reason for that. But as you can see, 7 shots, 0 on target. Their only shot on target is the match winner. Possession basically 50-50 there at the end. I was trying to see a little bit more in depth, kind of like where we were lining up, um, seeing if there was anything we could change for the next game. As this was the game where I kind of was like, yeah, this formation is definitely not as good as I think it was, or I thought it was, excuse me, because we were on that win streak. But I think the win streak had more to do with the teams we were playing. We were playing a lot of the bottom half of um, of the table, and now this is we've had Watford, we've had Middlesbrough, and now we've got Stoke. And of course, if you follow Sunderland in real life, you know that one of Sunderland's players got sold to Stoke. His name is Lyndon Gooch. He is on the right wing for them this game, which he did play for at times in Sunderland, but he was more of a defender when we sold him. And so this is the opening minute of the game. Nice little passing around, but then Jack Clark, unfortunately, is going to lose it. And then again, all the good teams that we played, they easily break our lines in the midfield, and we just don't know what to do when that happens. 2 minutes into the game, and Stoke is able to go up 1-0. Believe we have the replay of it. So look, they get 2 people on the wing, and they bring it back inside by one of those guys making the run. And our guys, we're like headless chickens out there. We have no idea what we're supposed to be doing, who to mark. No defender steps up, and the defensive midfielder, look at this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have like 7 or 8 players behind the ball. And so not a lot happens this game. There really wasn't even another highlight to show. And so here is me again, not learning my lesson of making multiple substitutions very early in the second half. I mean, this is one of the highlights was us kicking the ball up and their goalie just falling on it. Not good. Not a good game. And then this happens. This is what you call getting FM'd. We're gonna play it back here for you. Just watch our defense. This is from their goalie. We have 2 guys there. Both of them let it go over their heads. The only person that reacts is the offensive player, and he's just able to easily put it in the back of the net. And it's 2-0. We did a bunch of shouts at that point, trying to get anything. Corner doesn't even get it past the first man. And then we get a follow-up shot that is tipped wide. Still got 7 minutes of extra time. We do have the chance to come back. Patrick Roberts here, wasting a little too much time for my liking. And then Jensen Selt gets his head on it. So we are back in it. 2-1 with a couple of minutes to play in extra time. If you watch Selt's run, he's at the near post right there. Nice little run from about 7 yards out or so. Fortunately, we do end up losing that one. And as you can see there, we're falling further and further down the table. Still in the playoff spot, still going with the same formation. And then the run of tough games that we went on continues. We've got Leicester City, who at one point, I believe we're top of the table. It'll pop up here in a second. I believe Middlesbrough actually went top as they went on a bit of a winning streak. But Oscar puts it in the back of the net. But guess what? Just like on every day that ends in a Y, Oscar Wilhelmsen is offsides. And again, he is caught offsides on that that free kick. Now Leicester has a corner in extra time of the first half, and they very easily, I don't even think our defender jumps for it. I think I got tired of seeing the opposition replays. Now we played it. Okay. So as you can see, no one jumps with him. Patterson completely misses it, and we go into halftime down 1-0. And then they come out again. Look, it's the same thing every single time. They pass the ball, but this time we get it back. Now Oscar is away and just misses it. And that was the last highlight we had. We had 9 shots, 2 on target. Unfortunately, we can't put the ball in the back of the net, especially with Oscar Wilhelmsen out there. He's either caught offside when he does put it in the back of the net, and then of course when he's onside, he just where I'm from we call it fluffing their lines. And so this one, as you can see, I decided to go onto the workshop on Steam and say fuck it, I'm gonna just get any tactic that whatever the most downloaded tactic is at this point. And so that's what we went with. It was, I believe it was supposed to be based off of Pep Guardiola's, one of his formations that he's ran, where it's like a 3-2-2-2-1 something. I don't know. It's odd, but we'll see how it works for us as we play against Norwich, another team that is very high up the table. And interestingly enough, well, I don't think I recorded that part, but Norwich actually went on to win the Carabao Cup in this save. And so Wilhelmsen actually is able to put the ball in the back of the net, and it wasn't called offsides. This is a goal that we want him to score every time. Look, he plays it back. Dak gets it, and he makes the run onside, gets it, and then is able to just put it past the keeper. Like at this point, I'm like, oh, this is what we need to be running. This is the Oscar Wilhelmsen we need. And then he loses the ball. And Norwich is going to play it out of defense, out to the left wing, all the way up to their attacker. Known body in a red and white shirt, putting any sort of pressure on until Abdullah Ball gets it there. Now we're going to try and play it out of the back. We've got the counter on. Adil is going to play it a little late to Jack Clark. He's going to try and take his man on, play it inside. And there we go. Look, just it's all it takes is going on to the workshop on Steam and just downloading the most downloaded tactic. You know, it's simple. Nice little dummy there by Clark. Sent his defender the wrong way, puts it inside. Wilhelmsen puts it in the back of the net, and we have a 2-0 lead at halftime. And as you can see at the bottom of the screen, 12 minutes in, make my substitutions. It's like clockwork. Some people would call it a bug. Some people, just accept it how it goes. And it just seems every single time I made multiple substitutions early in the second half, we ended up giving up goals. And so you might wonder, like, when am I ever going to learn my lesson? It eventually comes. Trust me. And this isn't a replay. This is moments later off of a corner from the exact same side into the exact same area. Like, ugh, brutal. Nobody following the runner. Nobody jumping with him. The guy on the front post not even reacting to try and knock it away. So it's 2-2 as we enter extra time. And as you can see, we tie that one 2-2. And I run it back. I was like, all right, well, we didn't lose, so let's keep this tactic going. We're going to go up against Swansea, who I believe at this point were about mid-table. I want to say they were 12th. I'm hoping one of these shots has the table in it. As you can see, quick direct passing, but not a lot of action based off of it. And then they get their second highlight of the game. Play it up, we clear it out, we slow it down. Joe does a good job there pressing, get the ball back. We've got the runner on the wing that we don't pass it to. Just playing nice little triangles here. Oscar running to the right hand side. Baugh with a beautiful pass, and Wilhelmsen not called offside. I thought the assistant referee was actually going to call offsides there, but again, the exact same goal as the last game against Norwich. He plays it back. He starts making his run now. Abdullah Ball in the right spot to put that one in, and very easily slots it away. So I was like, in my head, I'm like, this is perfect. This is exactly kind of what we need, this formation. However, it quickly deteriorates. Look at this cross. First timed it. Like, he puts it in, our defender knocks it out, and he fucking thumps it for the assist. Did I watch this one back? I can't remember. Yeah, here we go. Watch this. He beats the defender. He's going to put his cross in. Hume heads it clear and then just first time wallops it. Can't be mad about that one. That was nice. Can't be mad. And so that one ends 1-1. There wasn't a lot of not a lot of action in that game. So we've switched our tactic again. Going more for about a 5. I called it a 5-4-1. The game kept calling it a 5-2-3. I consider those wingers more midfielders than I do attackers, so that's why I call some formations a little bit different. But this is where we get a penalty, excuse me, and I believe I have Jack Clark taking it. Yeah, Jack Clark. He missed a few penalties throughout the season. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly how many. I want to say it was like 3 or 4, but this game had no highlights. Like, that was early in the game. We're now into extra time. There was nothing happening in this game. Like, I'm pretty sure I show the stats at the end. Like, this was one of the most boring games to watch. Like, we had 8. They only had 2 shots, 1 on target. We had 18 and 7 on target. Like, this game, there wasn't even to show the new formation kind of what was going on. But we ended the skid. This is where we finally won a game. We went numerous in a row of actually just losing and tying. So we finally found a formation that, hey, we can win, even if it's against one of the worst teams in the league. And as you can see here, we go on another winning streak. Plymouth, Huddersfield, Millwall, and West Brom. Most of them were shutouts. The Millwall game was pretty exciting, but we are going to skip that one. Once we get into episode 3, we're going to be kind of transitioning from mid-December into the second half of the season, where we are hit with another hard stretch of games. And then episode 4 will be the end of the season, where we need to make a comeback and win every single game possible to even have a chance to make the playoffs of the championship. And it was some of the most anxious, like, I don't think I had my camera on for it, but it was some of the most anticipate. Like, I couldn't wait to play those games, and it was so exciting. I can't wait for you to watch it. If you like this one, go ahead and do what every other YouTuber says to do: like, subscribe, comment, all of that to help this channel grow. Appreciate it. Thank you.